Thank you very much. It is now truly an honor and truly a privilege. These words are spoken, I mean them from deep within my heart. It is an honor and a privilege to invite the man of the hour here today. Please give him a very generous round of applause, Mr. Tardil Rao.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would really like to thank all of you fine gentlemen and ladies who come here. Affairs and I. It never occurred to me as a book, it was this whole ideology that has been rolling on my mind. I would like to show you how it started. I was coming back from a workplace, it's called Overx Technology. And when I came, I was stopped at a signal and I saw a kid moving towards me. And he asked me for some money. I gave him whatever the change I had in my pocket. And later I was having this sandwich in my hand and he asked for that as well. I gave him that. And the signal got green and I went back on my way. I drove off. While I was driving back and I went to home, I noticed a change in me. The face of that kid was like pasted in my mind. I couldn't get away from it. There was a time when I was wondering about things, like my studies and my career. At that moment, I was just wondering about this one question, that what was so lacking in that kid that he was living in that disgust, and what's so special about me that I've been given everything. I was flooded with these sort of questions that are our genes that important to have in our own kid? Are our genes that important that we emphasize on bringing more souls into this world and totally forget about the ones on the streets? I was just thinking about that. I wanted to do something about it. And I thought of writing songs, as I can play a bit of guitar and I compose songs as well. And then I thought about writing poetry or making a telefilm. But then a thought came in my mind to write a book. It was a very daring act and I wasn't really up for it, so I gave it a try, I gave it a go. And I sent them to my father. She read them and she's a very blunt person. She is extraordinary, straightforward. And she gave me a go. She was like, Tardil, you're doing fine. You're doing really, really good. So I was convinced that I can do that. I wrote off, and then came a phase when I was totally so much into my book. I wasn't really writing it. I was living it. People usually learn from their experiences. They go have experiences and then write about them. I was having all my experiences in that book, and I was writing it simultaneously. I was getting mature day by day writing that. I could feel things which I couldn't before. To be in the shoes of an illegitimate child, what I felt, I craved for that dignity, I craved for that self-respect. I craved for everything which I was taking for granted. And I started giving importance to these things. I really had to, because I felt it. And the intensity which you find in the book, as many people talked about it, is just because I was so much indulged into my character Matthew, or perhaps I should say that Matthew was indulged into me, is because of that. And when I finished writing this book, it was like the happiest day of my life. I was very happy. And I knew it wasn't the ending, it was the beginning. The idea wasn't to be an author or to have your book published. I just was quenching my thirst. And then I wanted people to read this book, because when you write a book, you want people to read it, to recognize it. And then I got to know that for a young writer, it's not very easy to get published. I've had my share of discouragements from people who never even read my book, which was very strange. So, what I ended up is, I went to the Mavra publishers, and Mr. Khalid Sharif, I really have to thank him a lot. He did give me the chance. In the end, how many candles you can distinguish? The sun has to take down, and it really did. I would also like to give some acknowledgements. I have a lot of people to thank. My biggest thanks definitely goes to my father, Rifat Naik Sajjad, who helped me in every step. She was my mentor. She technically taught me how to write. She is the reason that I wrote this book. I have to mention this. She helped me with the plot, the character building, almost everything. And then I would also like to thank my parents, of course, my mom, she's sitting right there, and my father, who made this even possible. And has been inspirational. And my sister Ilsa, and my sister Sidra, my brother Tabriz, who's in UK. and my friend Amera, Sama Arshad, and a very, very special thanks to Sir Majid, who given me his days and nights and everything, stopping his classes, and Mr. Naveed Niazi, Ms. Silver, thanks a lot. And I would also like to give a very special thanks to my best friend Rishada Harun. She's been amazing. And I would definitely want to thank all of my chief guests who has been here and graced us with their presence and make this occasion very, very special. In the end, I would like to end my speech with a promise. As Mr. Shahzad Ahmed Shahzad said, that you can only be an author when you write a couple of novels or more than one, and you cannot be, because many people can write one book. I would like to end with a promise that I'm definitely going to write more books, and you're definitely going to see me from again. Thank you so much.
Be nice.